Oh my God. Hi. Hello, hello,
Hi.
hello. How are you?
Hi. I'm good.
You sure?
Hello.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. What?
you said yeah.
So, I told you we finally did the big move, right?
Yes.
And my old couch came in here. We took his couch out. My couch are um uh lounger, like the recliners.
Yes.
Yes, I'm showing off and I'm so comfortable. That's why I was like,
Those are the spaceships,
yeah.
yo. That's the spaceship. What's up, people?
I'm sorry.
So I'm here
Wally said, "Are you
leaning
showing off?"
and I said, yup.
Hi, Cheryl. Look. All right. So we're gonna do a 90 day, and then I'm gonna do Diddy after that because Debbie has a hard stop at
What's up, I will.
Oh, Riley just saw the scene with Sarper and and the French guy Dan. What's his name? Dan.
yes.
He got triggered.
Yo, I don't watch that shit, but I was coming in here to get something, and it was in the middle of that scene, and I was like, yo, wait a minute, what the fuck he just say?
Yes.
I was like,
Riley, he punked Sopper.
He
bro,
poked Sarper.
bro,
No, he punked him because he knew Sopper couldn't do shit.
yo, I'm about to reach out to Sopper and be like, yo, you want to jump him? Yo, he's reckless, that guy. And I sat here and I was like, yo, please let that be production, please. Because
Yeah.
that ain't no man in their right mind would say that shit to no
No.
other man about his woman.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me get this right. Why in the fuck is Shekinah want him to go have a talk with him after what he did that night at that restaurant?
Exactly. That's what I told Riley. It's Shekinah's fault.
Bro,
She's in the wrong on this
I'm
one.
going to reach out. I'm going to get Sharper's number. I'm going to call him like, yo, bro, I'm coming out there. I got your back. Because that shit made me upset. I was like, yo, who this dude talking to like that?
I mean, he's telling him that he's the big bad wolf. I'm like, what?
He's a big
But he had
bad
his
wolf.
little castle for his little dick. I'm sorry.
I know. He's like, it's really a castle. Yeah,
That's
you know
an
who's been in that
Airbnb.
bedroom.
No, but it's an Airbnb. I found it. It used to be posted on Airbnb and Verbro. It's the Mulholland Castle.
Look at that.
What? That's an Airbnb?
Yeah, didn't y'all Google it as soon as you saw
No,
it?
I ain't got time for all
No,
that
I ain't got
anymore.
time for that.
I did because I wanted to prove a point. So I said castles in LA for rent. And both like the post came up. It's no longer being posted, but it was for rent.
Oh my God. But the first thing I thought of, I said, that little man with that big ass house, because he's got a little dick and he's got to impress women. That's what I said. But when he insinuated to Sarper that it was more than a kiss,
And that she's been in that bedroom.
yep,
And that he
Yo.
slept with all the women in the friends group.
I was just like, I was too through. I was too through. Too through. Oh, excuse me, my ear. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I had my earpiece on. You know when you take your earpiece out, it just because you keep playing music in your ear and shit, and my ear just started tingling. Look, my ear
Drea
started.
says, slap the French out of him.
But is he really French?
Oh, he'll be speaking Vietnamese.
What? We got dogs barking. What? Is he French, Debbie? Did you Google that? Look, is
I
he
couldn't give a
French?
shit whether he was French or not.
All right, stop. I know that guy,
You-
that French guy
So I hear the little dog. Is he telling the big dog that he's the boss?
The French guy pissed him off too.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, welcome to my world.
He isn't French. Is he in Corn? I feel all her friends are in Corn.
He's in Corn?
I want them to be. Don't they all look like Corn people?
Damn, Debbie. No.
I'm pouring my whole life.
I know that.
What is he gonna do in Corn? What is he gonna do?
Well, he was already on the set. The damn house looked like someplace where you would be in Corn.
Oh, wait a
It
minute.
is an Airbnb house now that we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, Ben Rathbone supposedly passed away today.
Yeah, that's sad.
He
Yeah.
passed
You know,
away.
I'll tell you something. Ben was out my replacement. I was supposed to be on season 5.
Oh.
And Ben and Mahogany replaced us because it was COVID. And we couldn't, they couldn't travel to Vietnam.
Mm.
So Ben and Mahogany replaced. And God bless him and his family, man. Some horrible shit.
So he was real sick.
So he was really sick because we were thinking, well, at least I was thinking that he was
on
trying
crack?
to do that shit to get away from all the shit, all the charges that he was facing.
But was he in jail?
He was arrested. You remember? Because when he came here for treatment.
Oh
He was
yeah, he was arrested.
Because his
So
family
you
wanted
think
him
that-
to come back to the United States for treatment.
But you think they let him out like in the last days, like to
I
the
don't know.
hospital?
You know what, Debbie?
Don't they do that for like hospice or like to
Like for compassionate thing or something like
compassion
that?
leave, something like that?
Yeah, but
'Cause-
Mahogany, they said, was with them the whole time. And then Liz gave an update on her situation. She said her cancer is now in her stomach.
Riley's saying she lied, that she wasn't with him the whole time.
They said that Mahogany was with them
Colombia.
the whole time because she came with them, and they said she was with them the
And
whole
then
time
she
we
went-
was going through this.
She
Mahogany
lied.
was running from ICE.
She lied. He's saying she went back.
What?
Ooh.
I don't know where he got that info, but I tend to believe him. He got sources.
The money ran out. There was no need for
Riley?
her to
Well,
stay.
not the money because he was stealing.
Heidi,
He was
stop
stealing.
calling him over. He's cooking me dinner.
Oh, damn. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Why you think I'm in such a good mood today?
The
I got my
money
spaceship.
ran
He's cooking
out.
dinner.
There was no money. He was stealing from that nonprofit he was working for in order to afford her.
Right, so she spent the last of it.
And then she went home.
Oh my
His
God.
family didn't like her. That's what he's saying.
Well, most of the family, but she was with his sister when they came over.
I mean,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
had a female companion, and my family knew I was dying. Wouldn't you just be nice just for the sake of me?
Yep.
There you go.
Not my family. We're going to be coming over and we're going to be looking for all of the family members' possessions and we're going to be leaving you in the dirt.
Oh my
Damn.
God. Debbie. Why are you
Damn,
so rude to
Debbie.
Riley?
It's true. No, if it was my family member, I don't really care. Yeah, like I don't. No, I wasn't saying that to Riley. I wasn't saying that to Riley. I was saying if it was my family and it was, our family member, and this woman brings him back ill, we're going to her and we're going to collect our family member and then collect all of his belongings and take him and leave you. We don't care about you. We don't know you.
I forgot, and I was about to too.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense, but still, why would they lie and say that Mahogany was with him the whole time through this journey? Who put that
Sorry about that. I got a call.
Oh,
Okay.
the
So
journey
Mahogany, who's saying that Mahogany was with him through the whole journey?
That's what the write-up said, that Mahogany was with them through the whole thing.
She was the playmate.
Nah,
The playmate.
I got an insider here. He's saying nope.
I tend to believe that too.
Okay, so let's get back to not Mahogany, Shekinah and Dan. Shekinah, remember when Sarper was saying that you can't be friends with a guy that you dated, and she
You
swears
can't.
that she never slept with Dan, but Dan is playing like they did. Who do we believe, Dan or Mahogany?
Mahogany or Shekinah? Who are you talking about?
Shekinah. Girl, I got Mahogany on the brain now. Shekinah. Who do we believe, Dan or Shekinah?
Shekinah.
I believe Shekinah.
Yep, me too.
To get under Sarper's skin.
Yep, me too. Because he made a point to say this shit. So she could have took the tour of a house that was for rent and did stand in the bedroom, but that don't mean that she slept with that piece of trash. So,
and Dan, all Dan said was, you know who was in that bedroom. He didn't say what she was doing in the bedroom. That she was in the bedroom.
She didn't say. But why would Shekinah want him to go have a talk with that pipsqueak of a man? He doesn't owe him anything. But she says that he can't come and disrupt her friendships. Girl, you brought this man over here.
He certainly can come and disrupt friendships.
Yes.
That is your forever person. That is your forever friend.
Fuck your friend. Friends come and go. Trust me, I know. Oh, that rhymed. Okay, so
my best friend since I was in second grade. You
really?
Made me cut him off.
I made you cut off your best friend
from second grade.
From second grade.
He was like,
oh
nah,
my
it's all
God.
about me now. Dominican, what?
You're an idiot. Get back in the kitchen.
But Dan kept asking him to be respectful. Debbie, what do you have to say about your man Sarper?
I think Sarper held it together.
Yeah, he did, but he also played into his hand because he shouldn't be in this situation in the first place. I would have told Shekinah, suck my dick.
Oh, damn.
Stop putting your bum ass cornhole friends in front of your man, period. Because that's what I see her doing. And it's as if she doesn't have any faith that the relationship is going to last.
You don't put anybody else in front of your man. Sorry.
What is Chantel saying, that a small D is a fetish in some women? What? What
I don't know what woman that is.
Yeah, what woman?
What woman?
Nah, we be knocking down walls over here, B.
Look, why you Riley?
Out here, I'm usually not because I'm cooking.
I want to know what woman has a fetish for a small. Even tiny people don't have a fetish for a small one. Chantel, what are we speaking of? That's her fetish, not mine. Not most women. No, Chantel. No.
Chantel said not her.
Well, she put that in the damn chat. I'm like, wait a minute. So, but I'm sorry. I can't with Chantel.
I don't know.
She told me she needs to feel the girl. Shut up. I'm done. Chantel, when was the last time you felt one? Let me stop. Let me stop. But Sarper said if they were in Turkey, they'd be outside fighting.
Wait, hold on.
What?
There's small penis humiliation, and then there are some men who prefer having a small penis.
There are some men? Did you say there are some men or some women?
Men.
Oh yeah, there are some men that prefers, because think about where the small penis is gonna go. Okay.
Where would you put that?
If men, she said some men prefer small penises.
Why?
Are these gay men?
I don't know. I'm just reading the highlights of this.
It's going.
What are you Googling, Debbie? What What are you Googling?
I asked the Googler, is there a fetish for small penises? And it's
What does your algorithm look like?
you don't want to know. Why do some people like small penis humiliation? Oh, it's about humiliating their small babies. And
So
then
what
this
about
goes
these
into
men that
micro
like small
penises.
penises? What about the men? What type of men are we speaking of, Debbie?
That's a whole Quora discussion. I ain't getting
Okay,
into that.
okay.
But I
I'm
might
thinking
dip
it's the
into
men that are down low. Those men, and the
the
ones that are
down
just
low men
outright.
like big doggies. They don't do the small BBs. They like big doggies so they can get busted out and then
Who
go
likes big
home.
doggies to get busted out?
The down low men.
Oh, that's gay
Oh
guy.
my God.
That's
Not gay.
gay guys that act like they're not gay, right? That's what we're talking about
Right,
here?
Yes.
right.
Okay.
But on Fetish Friday, they have micro penises between our thighs.
Oh
That's
my
the
Fetish
topic.
God.
Friday. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Girl,
Jen and
ooh.
Barrett, Debbie, Jen and Barrett wants to know, some men prefer their own small penis or others.
I guess it's both. But there's a forum here. Girls with fetish for small dicks. Do they exist? Lots of girls prefer small dicks.
Why?
Wait, okay, let's
I
go
mean,
into
I
Why?
this
don't want
one.
a horse, but I damn sure don't want no. Anyway,
I don't
girl,
want nothing small.
I don't want
Oh
nothing small
Lord.
either. So they can speak for themselves.
Someone responded to her or them. I'm sorry, friend, but they do not. You are very sad.
I just think, look, I think that's why Natalie left Mike, because I saw Mike when he was whacking off, when he was doing a
Aw.
FaceTime, when he was on,
Wait,
Allegedly.
how do
no, it
you
wasn't
see
allegedly. I saw
Amy
him.
on a
Wasn't
FaceTime?
allegedly.
But for
I
legal
saw
purposes, allegedly.
I saw his little small dick with his big old hands, and the only thing you saw was the tip of the penis, and
Oh
he's
my God.
whacking off as
It's
he's on.
cold.
What
It's
is that
cold.
site? What
It's
is that
cold up
app?
there.
What is that? Girl, I live in Washington. What is
Oh
that
my
app
God.
where things actually disappear after 24 hours again? Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Wait,
He was, and the
guys,
woman videotaped him.
I
And
have
he,
an update. I have an update.
Oh
what?
God.
There's a small penis dating site called Dinky One.
Wait, what is it called?
What?
Dinky One.
Dinky one.
I'm going on there.
Women who have a
For real.
fetish interest in small guys.
I'm going on there to catfish. What?
T Love, I'm sorry, honey. Even if you got a small one and a lot of money, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna knock you off, but then I'm gonna need to get that main course. Okay, so Debbie, you googling this? I gotta Google this too. But
I did one Google search, but I'm just going down the page. It's a lot of options here.
oh my
Or
God!
They have small penis
Stop.
pageants and fetishes.
Wait a minute, they got small penis pageants.
Yeah, when
Small
smaller is
penis
better.
pageants.
Yeah.
I can't get into that one. I can't fake it.
Well, we're gonna put Madsy in that one.
Wow.
Wow.
He is my friend.
Well, have you seen his package? No, be quiet.
I haven't.
I just want to make a note of who is making all the snarky comments here tonight. I am busy on the Googler. You hear my tippy tapping.
Wait a
I
minute.
just
Did you see his package to be making that comment?
see, and it's for the peanut gallery in the back. Riley, that I am saying this. Please note who is making all of these snarky comments tonight.
I can't see the chat. I'm just hearing everything, but
That's all you got to do is listen, Riley.
Oh my God!
I know that's
Okay.
an issue for you. Oops, one got through.
So as I was
know that.
saying, I believe Natalie left Mike because he had a short one, a chubby, and then she went over to the other guy. Then she went to Josh, and we see Josh don't have nothing because I be trying to. He ain't got no print, no
But
nothing. So
Michael wasn't chubby.
Mike
It was
had a
like a
short,
V.
chubby. I saw
No,
the
it
damn
wasn't
thing.
chubby. I saw it too. You sent it to me, and it was like a Vienna sausage.
Okay, well, it wasn't
He
a
said,
chubby. Oh, I did send it to you, Debbie. I did send that to you.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I did send it to Debbie.
You upset my stomach with that. I couldn't eat
But
Vienna
you
and
should
you
have
sausages
heard
didn't
for
it.
send it
months.
to me?
All
Oh
you
my
heard
God,
was
I'm
him.
offended.
All you heard was his hand hitting his thighs. Yeah, but you like it? I'm like, what the fuck does she like? I'm blaming this on Dreamsicle. Dreamsicle brought up all this shit about the 90-day cast. Riley, I'm glad there was no pictures of you on OnlyFans or nowhere else, Riley.
No, nowhere. Nowhere.
Nowhere. But I'm telling you, Mike, Andrew, I done saw them all. I saw Larissa's ex-boyfriend, the fiance, after she left Colt. I saw his. I saw her on her knees giving him service. I was like, yes. I saw Karini, Peg, and Paul. I saw
Yeah.
Paul having sex with Karini's cousin. I didn't know that was her cousin until after the fact. Yes, I saw it all.
Wait, where'd you see all this?
Yes, there's a video of Big Mike for real. Lil Mike. Yes, it's him.
It was a bad angle, y'all.
he ain't got nothing. Nada. Andrew has all balls, and he's kind of long, but not that long. But he's got ball. He got big old balls, hairy balls at that. Okay. Yes.
Andrew.
Andrew is the mom that had the daycare. Remember, he went to meet the girlfriend and she got stuck
Oh,
in
with the
Mexico.
long hair.
Yes,
Yeah.
him. Yes.
I think you sent me that one
Wendy,
too.
let me see.
Yeah.
Can I find it? Because I should have it. I sent it to Debbie, so I should have it.
Yeah, well, you ain't never sent it to me.
Well, but
Girl.
damn. I gotta go through and see can I find it. But I did send it to Debbie.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Oh my God, I was sending porn. I mean corn. I was doing revenge corn. It was so funny because I remember Cooch and they were up there that night on my panel, and Cooch was talking about, I want to see, and I think I sent it to Cooch too. Yes, everybody used to send me this shit. Hi, Jen's mom. Okay, so is there anything else about Sarper and the little Frenchy guy, Dan, that stood out to us? Anything at all?
I'm gonna need Sarper to go back to Turkey and start dressing better.
He's dressing like he's in California.
He is dressing like he is shopping
He's a
at the
beat bum.
99-cent store. Seriously, it's awful. The shoes are awful. The pants are awful. The t-shirts are awful. Like he dressed so much better when he was in Turkey.
How about he's
Yes.
dressing like an American?
Yeah, he's
Not
dressing like a
American.
California beach bum.
No.
Girl, you
I,
should
I
see.
I have a degree in beach bum. No.
Oh, I forgot. You from the island. Okay, I forgot. Whoo. Okay. What about Madi, and Stevie?
How freaking disrespectful was that?
Thank you. They did that shit on purpose.
They
And don't
did
tell
that
me
on purpose.
production. Yep, this is one time too many. Can't tell me it's production egging them on, because didn't one of them say something like, "Oh, I hope this doesn't piss him off" or something before they went in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was purpose work.
They
man.
knew. They knew what they were doing.
Mhm.
So we think. Well, Madi got up and left. Didn't his friend Saeed stay in there?
Saeed was covering his eyes at first, and then he started looking at Madi, and he's like, "What the hell? These your friends?"
Jesus
That's what
Christ.
that was about. It's like, what the hell? Where'd you take me?
Mm-hmm. And he kept on asking, "What is the burlesque?" And she was like, so, very like vague about it. She even knew it was gonna piss him off.
Yep, she did. Hi, Ruski. Yes, she did. And and you remember when he got up and left, the producers followed him outside, and he said that he'd only been here like a month, and the things that they do here make him very uncomfortable, and he doesn't really know what's going on or what's happening or something like that.
Yeah, he said it was like one culture shock after another. Every
But
day
he
there's a
didn't
different
even go
culture shock.
after him.
No, she was busy looking at the titties.
Yeah, that it was completely disrespectful. And the fact that she didn't tell her friends, "Hey, listen, fine, the dual bachelorette party is great, but can we keep it at, no more than this. No, let's try not to do any nudity. He has issues with nudity."
Well, she don't
Stop.
respect him, so why would she tell her friends to do? Oh my God, to respect him? She don't respect him, and she
I,
put titties before her man.
Yeah. I guess I'm just thinking like an adult.
Yeah, because you're in an adult relationship. This girl is being
Part time.
paid. Oh Lord. but but you get what I'm saying? Like this girl is being paid for the citizenship, and she's just exploiting it on this TV show.
Yeah, I was
You
actually
saw her
upset for
Instagram
Marty.
post. I don't know if these pictures are old or not, but I should have looked at the date. But she was on Instagram explaining about her kids and saying that they're preteens, that they're not little kids, and she chose not to put them on the show. So she does have two kids.
You mean they daddy said not to go on the show?
Ooh.
That's an interesting
And
thought.
why would
I still like the fact that they're not on the show. I
Exactly.
respect that a lot.
yeah, they shouldn't be on the show. And what is this thing about Marty apologizing to what? Claire. Why
Yeah, why?
why did he apologize to her?
Yeah, I didn't
Even his
understand that
friend
either.
was upset. Saheed was like, why is he apologizing? He was thinking, he said he wasn't thinking straight or something. And then he said he made a promise to her dad
The
about,
visa.
about not imposing on what she wants to do. That's bullshit.
He's thinking
No,
about
not
the
imposing
visa.
his culture. That he wasn't going to
Yeah,
impose his culture.
but
Okay,
that
so
means
why
that
didn't
he's
she respect
respecting
his
her
culture?
culture.
She
Right.
didn't
He
respect
respects
his
her.
culture.
Agreed.
She
I
didn't
think he
respect that.
I think he came back and apologized because the clock is ticking and he's already paid for that visa application.
Mm, okay, okay. But that was kind of strange to me because at first you were complaining for 2 episodes about her being bisexual, and now you apologizing, and now you don't want to impose. Why weren't you thinking about this 2 or 3 episodes back about imposing your culture on her when you upset about the titty pictures and her doing them in person and not by pictures? That doesn't make sense to me. Or maybe I'm the one that's crazy.
I don't know. This is just a monetary transaction.
Okay, if you say so, I'll let it
Hmm.
roll. I'll let it roll. Okay, what about, oh God, Mina and Mark?
That
Debbie,
was
What's
bad.
Mina and
Hmm.
Mark.
Fuck.
Oh, we're burning.
We gotta get out the house. We gotta get out.
Riley
Oh,
burning down the
oh.
place. Look at that. There go dinner.
She just moved in and he burned the damn house down.
Mm-mm-mm.
Damn. If you
I
wanted her to
can't have
leave,
no
Riley,
one
don't
can.
set the house on fire. Shit.
I'm trying not to, but the skin is burning because I'm trying to get it crispy.
Oh
What are
my
you cooking?
God.
Pork belly.
Pork belly.
Ooh, look
He
at
messing up
him.
the chicharron.
Pork
Mm.
belly. Okay. Go ahead, Riley.
I gotta get that skin nice and crispy, and it's that's the what I gotta trade off. I gotta trade off sometimes when I open it to check
Yeah,
it.
I need some pork rinds from Louisiana, the hard ones, so I can break some more uh feelings. Let's see. What Mina's sister her name is Alex, not Alex. Alex is what she called her. But they were calling her Alex. Her name is Alex. Didn't Mina look pretty in her gown?
She did. She really
Mhm.
did.
Oh my God, that was gorgeous. And the locket that her sister gave her
I was
with
like,
her,
why couldn't you take it out of the plastic before giving it to her? But okay.
well, I guess she wanted her to take it out. But that was beautiful, the
It
mom and the
was.
dad.
It was.
But I thought Mina said that she bought that gown 2 years ago and she's had a baby
Mm-hmm.
and that dress still fit her like that.
Yeah. She
She
said
said she
she
was.
had it she got it done when she was early stages of pregnancy.
Mhm.
Well, what I'm saying is she lost all of that shit because that dress hugged her. It looked absolutely great on her. But her sister had me going, Alex, when she told Mark that Mina was not happy living in New Hampshire.
How about she was waiting for Mina to tell her she's milking cows
Yes, girl.
and churning butter?
But Mark said they're not going nowhere for 6 months. It's a lot of life changes, the baby, the wedding, the adoption. But Mark said it was always his dream to live on an airport. What? What?
He's a pilot. They're like that.
Weird.
And especially if he has his own plane, he doesn't have to rent hangar space at a executive airport. He can just put it in the garage, well, in his hangar, which is his
Although, did you notice how Mina was showing off the
hmm
runway and the airplane?
Mina likes where she's living.
Yeah, she liked to show that off. I was like, look,
Hmm
you go, Mina. Flex a little bit there.
But what about when she asked Mark, did he have to check with Jordan first about the adoption? Girl!
Yo, that was awesome. Take that right, stick it to him. I loved it. Sounds like some stupid shit I would say.
I was like, wait a minute, what? First, I didn't think I heard what she said. Then I went, wait a minute, what?
Said, did you have to
he's
check with
always
Jordan?
he's always checking, he's always checking on her about something.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to talk to Jordan about everything. What about his son? We haven't seen his son.
I don't think his son wants to be on camera.
Yeah, he's the only smart one.
Fuck.
Oh
Oh,
Lord. He's got
Lexi,
that
go
skin crispy for y'all.
go
Okay.
get an
I
insurance
like I like
policy
my
on him.
skins crispy.
But
Mm-mm.
he's ready to do the paperwork for the adoption. So it still brings into question about the child's father.
Mhm.
Is he deceased? Is he not around? He doesn't know Clayton exists? What?
You are asking too many questions.
Yeah.
You just can't adopt a child if there's okay.
You
All right.
acting as if she know who the daddy is.
Oh.
Ooh, damn.
The girl be just rolled up out of the club. Like,
Her
come on
mom
now.
has a condo in Boston.
Damn, Debbie, you no
See,
joke tonight.
see,
Did
But
Mark,
somebody
but
look,
hurt you?
look, Marsha E saw Mike's video. Look, Marsha E saw the video
up there you
on
go.
Snapchat.
Stubbing nubbin.
That's it, stubborn nubbin. Let Let me stop. Let me stop talking about Mike. Let me stop because if I ever ran into that man one day, I'll be looking at him and laughing. Paul Bunyan. I'm sorry. I'm done. Let me
Ryan,
stop.
he should buy her a condo in Boston. She need
Yeah.
assets.
Why? Okay. So if he's gone for 5 or 7 days, why can't she be
Mhm.
in Boston in the hub? She doesn't want to be, she wants to be in the city. She comes from Paris.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I got a picture of my daughter in law with Billy Porter in France. Hold on. They went to his opening play or his show. And oh my God, she sent this to me and she looks absolutely beautiful. Hold on. Let me get this and open it. Billy Porter. And then they brought her up on stage. Um, Hold on. Let me show you guys this. She sent me this yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, you got Billy Porter. Look, I love Billy Porter. Love him. He is flamboyant. What's the name? Let's see. I just wanted to share about hugging Billy Porter, 2 signatures from him, because I knew you would appreciate it. You better send me the signature. Damn it. Okay. Let's see. Do you know who Billy Porter is?
No.
Oh my God. He is on every red carpet there is. He is flamboyant. He is a designer. He's an actor. That's Billy Porter. Anyway, let's get back to I just thought about Billy Porter. It just popped in my head. Okay. What about Amani, Matt, and Brenda?
Oh my God, they keep stretching that damn story out. And what the fuck is the big deal? What's the big deal? Brenda Anai. Anai. Okay, fine. So they call her
So she
Annie.
goes by Ani to protect herself. Protect herself from what?
I no that's a
That's the stripper
that's lost
name.
in translation.
Yeah.
That's
No,
lost in translation because I when I heard it in Spanish, I understood completely what she meant. When
but
you
So
she's a
what does she mean?
stripper. We talked about
so
it. She's a
until
stripper.
she's comfortable, until she feels that she can trust them.
Okay.
Mm.
So
And she
whenever
also,
like almost protect her own emotions and her own heart until she feels that she can trust them because she said it, they're always fighting.
yep, she said they're always angry, but she trusted them enough to take their money.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
see,
different.
that's where it falls apart for me because she still considers them a customer and she's
Yes.
using her stripper name. That she's not in a relationship with them. They are customers. When they come down to Tijuana, they book a weekend of her services and that's it.
But it's
And
not her stripper name, it's her nickname. Like
It's her
right,
Lexi
but
nickname
is
because
my
her last
nickname.
name, yeah, her
right,
last name
but
is
that's
Ahani.
probably but that's probably what the name that she uses at the club. She doesn't use Brenda. Obviously, with that other man that was there, she was in a relationship with him, and he
Yeah, his
knew
name
that
is
her
Ray.
first name is Brenda. You see what I'm
So,
saying? That was a relationship with her. She
yep.
trusted him with collecting
Yes, that's
money from the
true.
bank
That's
account. With
okay. I
these
see
two
your point.
fools, no, they were just a job.
I see your point, Debbie. That makes sense. But Ray is still thinking she was
Yeah, you're
married.
stupid for that.
Yeah, but Ray said he thought she was still married.
And she
Yeah.
probably still is.
But she said she wasn't.
But she who she said it to? She ain't said it to Ray. She said it to them. She is
Yeah.
constantly lying to them. They are not getting into her business. She has let Ray into her business, but not them.
Yep. But Ray said when he was talking to the producers that Ani is hiding something. and that they need to really find out what they're getting into. So what do you think she's hiding?
Another
I
couple just like them.
possibly.
All the rest of her clients just like them that are sending money to Ray to put into an account and send to her.
See, Jen and Barrett, you're right. And we feel, wait a minute. That storyline with those three is boring. Ryan said Mina wants Mark to buy. Yeah, I already said that. Um, Ray couldn't keep her story straight and was messing up Ani's bag. And that's what it appeared to me too. Ray should have never met with them to begin with.
Ray wanted a free meal.
Damn, Debbie.
Ray
But
wanted to
did
be
they
on TV.
eat? Look, but did they eat?
You
Because
know he
Ray
ate
looks
somewhere.
like, you know what, Debbie, I believe that you, well, who said that Ray was her pimp? Who said that? Was it you or was it Lexi?
It was
I
Debbie.
think. Wait, what?
Something's not right here. Ani doesn't look
No,
like
it
she's
was me like 2 weeks
interested.
ago. I said it.
Yeah,
That Ray's
but
her pimp.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think I
Ani won't
agree.
look, to
Yeah.
me, it doesn't look like Ani would be interested in someone that looked like Ray. You know what I mean?
Let's
Even
not judge. Let's not judge.
why not?
Listen, it could have started off as a financial agreement.
Listen, you
He
don't
looked lonely.
choose your pimp. Your pimp chooses you.
And I'm beginning to believe that Ray is just that, her pimp. But he's met her kids, all of them. Uh, but they haven't met them yet. But she's doing this life-changing decision by moving with them to California. Yeah, right. I don't believe that.
They
It's
don't even
just
know her
not
favorite color. What are we talking about here?
okay. What about oh God, Greg and Joan?
Her dress was absolutely gorgeous, also.
Yes. They have taste. Maybe they should go to Stevie and show her what a dress really should look like.
Oh, you mean it shouldn't look like a sack of potatoes?
No, it shouldn't. No, no, it
Oh, I
should
thought
fit you
burlap
totally.
sacks of potatoes were in vogue.
Mm-hmm. So, what do we think about, Greg is now working all of a sudden. He's employed, okay?
Mm.
He can't take her, so the mother, Lucille has to take her for her dress fitting or to get it altered, which I don't know what was going to be altered because that dress was on point.
It was perfect for her body. Perfect.
And
Did you like that part where she was like Ugandan sauce?
yes, and she's shaking her booty and stuff.
She's like, I like to see my own ass twerking.
But what about when Lucille wanted to come in with a girl?
You know what? I kind of felt bad for Lucille, but no, because that was her moment with her family, and her
Because they're
family's
not going
not
to be
there.
there for the wedding.
And Lucille has been in her face from the moment she got off that plane. She wanted a moment with her family.
Yep. And she said, but Lucille says, what did she say? She said she felt worthless. Why?
Yeah, well,
Because she
get
doesn't
out of
want
her
to.
face.
But what does she mean by?
Absence makes the heart fonder.
But
Stay
she
away for a
said,
little bit.
that payback, and then the way she said it with that little oh my God. I,
Yeah.
what does she mean payback? But did y'all see when Lucille was driving, how her titties are sitting on top of her stomach? Did anybody notice that?
I choose not to look at such things. I want to eat my pork rinds.
She doesn't
You
have a good support bra on. That's my weekend bra when I'm just laying around the house when it's not sitting on my stomach. But
How about my house bra
still,
is better
there
than
is
that?
no support.
How
Yeah,
about that?
okay, there you
My
go.
my
but
house
listen,
bra is better than that.
but this is why Joan didn't want to take the reception money from her in the first place because Joan has peeped Miss Lucille from the moment she stepped in and say good afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
That little
She
nasty
wants to be
comment.
involved with everything.
That's right. Go be involved with your son. Go check his pampers.
But
Like,
she said,
leave her
and I
alone.
get
That's what
it.
I'm saying. She's too much in her face. Get away. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Get away, Lucille. You want her to like you? Stay away for a little bit.
Yeah, but did you see how she started? Well, they all started crying a little bit because they're not going to be there for the wedding. I felt
Yeah.
so bad.
And the little girl, which I'm sorry, I thought was a little boy at first.
Your little girl, yeah, the flower girl, yeah.
I thought it was a little boy. That haircut with the fade on the side, I was like, no,
Girl, be quiet.
no. Why you do that to that little girl? No.
Maybe she's not sure who she wants to be yet.
I was like Consuela from Family Guy. No, no, no.
Oh God. But I thought that was a very touching moment, and I
Mhm.
understood Joan because she wanted her family to see her in her dress first, and I get it. This
Yeah.
is something special for them since they're not able to be here. Will be there. That is something special, and I get that. Lucille sees her every day, complains about her showering twice a day. My God, give the woman a
I
break.
wonder how bad Lucille smells.
Girl, I thought about that myself.
Cause
If you're out in the
she
yard all
probably
day
doesn't
doing
even
shit,
wash her bra every day. Like,
yeah, but do you think she washes her feet and her legs and stuff in her face before she gets in the bed? Or
I
is
don't
that
think
using
she
too
I
much
don't
water?
think she washes her feet before getting in bed. I don't think so. I think she's one of those people that gets in bed with black feet.
Oh God.
That's
Okay.
disgusting.
Oh, yeah. So she should be on Thousand Pound Sisters. Um, what about Sean and Aaliyah?
Yo, Riley's a fool. He said, I got black feet.
Riley, be quiet.
He's
No,
a
you
whole
can't make me.
I hope you don't have white feet. You know what, Riley? We're not talking to you right now. You need to find out about mahogany and get me real evidence that her ass is back in whatever country she came from, Brazil, Colombia, Panama, wherever she came from. I
Okay.
need to know the facts.
I really don't know.
He
That's what
said,
I need.
okay.
Okay, that's all I need. I need to know they lied and said she was with Ben through this whole journey, and her ass is back, probably with her dad in them, and probably trying to, like somebody did say, thinking she's getting insurance money, which he probably didn't have any insurance. He didn't have a damn job, and if he had insurance, his ex-wife is the one that has the policy for the kids, and she won't get a penny.
Miss Heidi, I'm sorry. Can you check your phone real quick?
Uh oh, hold on.
Oh,
No, I don't have nothing on my phone yet. Oh,
oh.
there it comes. Hold on. There it comes. Oh, hold on. Oh my God, that looks good. Go to hell, Riley. I'm checking the seasons out too. You go ahead, Riley. He got Zatarans on the counter. I see it. Oh my God, that looks good. Riley, can you freeze it and send me some, please?
Right, like this trigger boy.
Uh-oh.
What do you
She
say?
didn't hear you. She did not hear you at all.
Good.
Oh, he said good. I heard that. Okay, so what about Sean and Aaliyah? I'm so sick of them.
I'm finally glad that Sean, not finally glad, I'm glad that Sean finally said to Aaliyah, yo, I'm concerned about this bottom surgery. Like, he's letting her know. He's been
But she's
complaining
telling
about
her
it to
mom.
everybody else, but he didn't tell her yet until today or this one, whatever.
Yeah, but she's telling her mom that she's scared that Sean's gonna leave her because of her transition. But you still want to go through with this shit, and I can tell you, Sean ain't paid for nothing. I saw her again on TikTok. She ain't got no. I think they did get married, maybe. But she's there, and he's gonna sponsor her. But Sean ain't paying for shit.
Well, Sean is like, I don't want you changing. And that's fair. That's fair. He fell in love with a man.
Douglas.
He fell in love with Douglas. He's supporting Aaliyah, but Aaliyah's going a bit too far for him.
And too fast. It's almost 90 days and she wants to do all this shit, and you already know he's uncomfortable, and he's already expressed that their sex life is suffering because of all the shit, and she's not happy with her body. Sean ain't getting no dick. He ain't getting no ass. He ain't getting nothing from her. She's just laying in the bed with the dog sometimes, and he out there gallivanting around because she ain't giving it to him.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
I feel real bad for
Meanwhile,
Sean. But then
meanwhile,
again, this
Sean
is
is
what you
on.
get
Y'all
for
over here
dating
feeling
somebody
bad for
40
him.
years younger.
But y'all over here feeling bad for Sean. Meanwhile, Sean in the background got his travel agent on speed dial, booking trips up to Thailand to get her sorted out and converted 100%. I don't believe anything that they're saying from the
Yeah, but he's
time.
not paying for it because okay, that filmed what a year or so ago. Um, the only thing Aaliyah probably had was maybe her. I'm gonna have to look and see. I'm gonna ask her when she goes live again. What work has she had done? Because she does look a little softer, but she hasn't had no top surgery. She hasn't had breast implants. Nothing. So
When they
Sean is not paying for it.
when they were in Brazil, she was talking about softening her brow
Her,
bone
yeah, her
and
Yep.
her
facial
Adam's
features.
apple. Remember that first
Yeah.
consult that they went the last season they were on? I bet you that's all she's gonna do because that's the agreement. But they're amping it up. They better be careful and stop talking on their relationship before it really does come true.
Yep. But he said, well, what his friend Stacy that was doing her hair. He was doing her hair.
Mhm.
She asked him if he believed their marriage would survive Aaliyah's gender reassignment surgery. He said, "There's no way of no bullshit. You know, you don't want
You know.
you don't want punani no more. You've already had it. You want a man." And he said he's thought about pulling the 90-day visa and then reapplying. He just needed time to figure it out. So what do
Figure
you
what
think?
out?
I don't know, but he said they're getting married in 2 weeks.
Because that's the agreement he has with her.
Mm, okay.
He's brought her
Okay.
here to give her a better life and the opportunity for the career that she's always wanted, an influencer.
She couldn't be an
Okay.
influencer from Brazil?
There's more opportunity here because there's more stupid people here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Well, that was. I think we covered all the couples. Is there anything? I'm looking for a picture of Aaliyah, as she is now, and I don't see one yet. I'm gonna have to go to her TikTok because she hasn't had any type of breast implants or breast augmentation, anything. Hi, Dustin. Hi, Angela. I didn't see you. Hi, Sassy Susie. I was looking for a picture. Angela. Oh my God, Angela. I listened to Eric Foss's live. I am appalled how anybody can think that you are a meth addict. It's crazy. Anyway, have we that's everything for 90 days. Lexi, I know you need to go eat your pork belly. Uh
Oh, yeah.
and
I'm
Debbie needs to go. Yeah, she was expecting him to pay, but we're going to talk about Diddy for a little bit. Um, so I need to cover some of these highlights that happened and with all this misinformation that's being said out here. So I'm going to say good night to the two of you. Debbie, go do what you need to do.
Yes, ma'am. Good night, everybody. Night,
good
Lexi.
night. Good night,
Good
Debbie.
night,
Bye
Lexi. Good
bye.
night, Debbie.
Night.
Night. Angela, I am so sorry. And then I heard Eric Foss was saying about people's wrenches were being taken or people missing wrenches. The only way a wrench can go missing if an administrator, like Debbie is an administrator on my page, okay? She can remove wrenches or I can remove wrenches. Even a managing mod can't remove a wrench. So I have no idea what's going on unless there's a glitch in YouTube. But I know that you're not a meth head. And you're taking care of your nephew, or I forgot his name. How the hell are you a meth head? Oh my God. Angela, are you going to go live on your channel? I will be there. Just let me know what time. I will be there. Yeah, you need to, well, anybody knows you knows that's not true. I'm sorry. But anyway, so let me just get to this Diddy stuff real quick, okay? So I was in a chat today and I was listening, and somebody was saying that Usher had testified and Diddy lost his shit. Diddy has not lost his shit in court. Charlie. See, I was going to say that, but I know Teresa Murphy has Charlie in her name too, and I didn't want to confuse the two. So I didn't want to say Charlie, but I knew Charlie was in my head. But the highlight came today when Cassie Ventura's mother, Regina, oh, okay, I'll post tomorrow where. Okay, all right. If you wanted to use my channel, you can use my channel, or let me know. Maureen's channel. I think Maureen did a great job, by the way. Cassie Ventura's mother testified today, okay? Regina, and I put her up, and I think that's Cassie's dad that was walking with her, or it could be her stepdad. I'm not sure, but Regina was on the stand today. This woman testified. This woman, see, I don't even know if that's Prince or not, or if that's AI. Really don't know. Okay. So she testified that she had to wire, or I think she had, because Sean Diddy extorted them for $20,000, or he was going to release Cassie's sex tapes. So everybody's going, oh my God, he's going to walk. He's going to walk. Okay, you got to remember, Cassie is not the only witnesses. The only witness. There's over 100 witnesses. I think we've heard from 5 already, or 6. Cassie is laying the groundwork. That's all she's doing, is laying the groundwork. Okay. I do believe Cassie could have been a co-defendant because she was trafficking as well. But at one point, she didn't want to do it anymore. And then it became the force and coercion. So the mother had to take out a home equity loan to pay Diddy $20,000. Thank you. I'd rather not involve. Girl, you know I give no fucks. But anyway, you do do what you have to do. So she testified and about having to give him that money. And I was like, this is sick. Okay. And then his former assistant, James, I can't remember his name. He was talking about how at a New Year's Eve party, he took some of the ecstasy and he was dancing around. Diddy saw the video the next morning, since everything is videotaped, okay? And he told him he was going to keep that in his pocket, or keep it on the shelf in case he needs to use it. And they asked him, what did he think that meant? He said, in case he ever had to keep me in line. Now, yesterday, Gene Deal was at the court, okay? Want to talk about Don Richard. Don Richard was crucified by the defense team. she was crucified. Now, Dawn is the one that said that Usher and I forgot who else was there when Diddy punched Cassie at a party. That's how Usher's name came up. Usher has not testified. Usher has not taken the stand. Okay. Um, so, and then we have this. So people are saying, well, it's about it's about prostitution. Yes, it is. There was a lot of prostitution going on. And then one of the guys that participated in the freak off, yeah, it's getting crazy. He said that, he told the defense that Cassie was uncomfortable a lot of times. But then but then they pulled the government transcripts when he did his interviews with the government. And no, he said that she was told the defense that looked like she was enjoying it sometimes. But then when he spoke to the government, he said that she was uncomfortable with it. And, she didn't like Diddy during the direction. And then he had said to the government that at one point he had developed feelings for Cassie. So then when the defense asked him if he had developed feelings for Cassie, he said, hell no. She goes, well, can we just go back here to your deposition? And he said that, and he was explaining about what he meant by feelings, meaning the way she was being treated, not that he was falling for her. But they didn't want to hear that. But he stood firm on the stand. Dawn was just crucified. Okay. Then when they were talking to David James, that's the name of his ex-assistant. Okay. He said that he regularly put like $10,000 of cash in a bag along with Advil, Tylenol, Viagra. And he said there were also pills to increase sperm count. And there was a pill that had Obama's picture on it. I'm like, wait a minute, what? So that was said in today's hearing. But I want you guys to hear this from an attorney, okay? Because they're saying about Cassie and how their case isn't going to be worth anything because of Cassie. Now, this is an attorney who deals with this stuff, and I want you to hear what he has to say. Okay.
Same question over and over again, whether that be at the barbershop, grocery store, whatever. What do you think about the Sean Combs case? And I really wasn't going to say anything because I felt like enough people were putting out TikToks and Instagrams or whatever, giving their own 2 cents, that my word didn't really matter. But I guess I'm going to throw in my 3, 4, 5 cents on top of it. So let's talk about it a little bit. One of the biggest things, obviously, that everybody's talking about is Cassie. And I keep hearing that Cassie's a terrible witness, that she's inconsistent, that she's emotional, that she somehow is lying. And because of her, the case is cooked, right? That Puffy is just going to walk out of the courtroom a freed man. Case closed, easy, done. And I really need people to stop because you don't understand how the feds work, right?
I said this before he said, the state will arrest you and then build a case. The feds already have a case and then they come for you. This case is not contingent on Cassie alone. And people need to stop saying that.
I tell my alleged pharmaceutical distributors that the feds, unlike local police, right? Local police are going to watch you do one hand-to-hand transaction and they're going to make an arrest. The feds, they're going to watch you for years. They're going to watch thousands of transactions. They're going to send in CIs. They're going to gather evidence. I remember one of my clients, they zoomed in on his mole hairs just in case he tried to say it wasn't him. I've seen it over and over again. They're going to do their due diligence before they come knocking on your door. So let me break it down. What is Puffy facing? They've charged Puffy with federal racketeering charges, right? So what the government is saying is that he didn't just commit crimes. he ran an entire enterprise that committed crimes. Bad Boy Records, for instance. And to prove that, the prosecutors have to show that there was a criminal enterprise, that crimes like trafficking, coercion, sex trafficking, or money laundering happen regularly. Trying to blow up cars, right? And that Puffy didn't just help direct them, but he also may have benefited from them, right? And so that's where Cassie comes in. Cassie is not their main witness. They never put the best witness first or the most prominent witness first. She's not the grand finale. She's just the opening act. She's going to show, or she's shown, the control, the manipulation, the intimidation, how he moved and who he surrounded himself with, and how people got pulled into this whole enterprise. She's painting him as the puppet master. He's the guy that's pulling the strings without always getting his hands dirty. And so as you sit back and as the jury sits back, they're thinking, okay, if he's the puppet master, what were these puppets out there doing? And that's where the next witnesses are going to come in. They're going to build on Cassie's testimony. They're going to walk the jury through all the specific crimes.
Like her mother, extortion, like his old assistant, David James. They also spoke today about Puffy. David James spoke today about Puffy in the back seat of the car with 3 weapons, AR-15s on his lap, going back to Mel's diner to see if Suge Knight was still there. They asked him, they said, do you know that you were in what you were in? He goes, I was just doing my job. They asked him, do you have immunity? You better check with your attorney because you were the getaway driver in case they carried out a hit. And that's exactly what they were saying to him.
So the actual trafficking, the cover-ups, the violence, and because Cassie laid the emotional foundation, the rest of the puzzle is about to come into focus.
Thank you.
Right? So this case, where you can look at it, is, yeah, Cassie's that foundation. But really, she's just one little puzzle piece.
Thank you.
And one of those puzzles that has thousands of puzzle pieces for that Panameric puzzle that you get at the end. And of course, if you're just looking at that one puzzle piece, you don't know what the whole picture is. Yeah, we have an idea of what Puffy's facing. We have no clue what the full picture is. And so I also want people to kill this Perry Mason fantasy. There's no dramatic I got you moment in real trials, right? What Cassie's saying, her testimony, it's not a surprise. The prosecutors are not surprised. The defense is not surprised. Both sides have done interviews, the repositions, read through statements. They've done their prep work.
Thank you.
Everyone in the courtroom already knows what's probably going to come out of her mouth, right? And don't get me wrong, Puffy has a strong theme. These lawyers do not play.
Nope, especially that black female
attorneys,
that did the YSL trial.
Mark Aglanfinio, Tini Gregorios, Brian Steele. They're top of the top defense attorneys. But this is also the feds. And the feds, they're not going to swing unless they already know that home run is coming.
Thank you.
They don't play games either, right? And I want to hit on something. A lot of people, I've heard back and forth, people saying, it doesn't seem like Cassie's a victim. That she stayed too long. That she went along with a lot of this. That she must have wanted it, right? And those of you that understand trauma, that's not how it works.
Thank you. Trauma, PTSD. Thank you. He beat her to keep her in line. Thank you.
When someone controls your money, controls your career, your movement, how you comply, your haircuts, looks like consent, but it turns into more, it's survival and not agreement. She may have adapted, but that doesn't mean she wasn't being harmed. Now, as a defense attorney, obviously, right, we live by it, allegedly. I never want anybody to go to prison. That's not for me. I want justice. I don't want revenge. But I've represented people on some of the worst of worst charges. And this case, this one, for me, is that analogy. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's a lot of smoke here. I know if I was Sean Combs right now, I'd be thinking, you know what? I should have got on that plane with Russell because Russell's sitting real pretty and body right now. And it looks like to me that the hammer's about to come down on Puffy.
It is.
This is going to be a long case. And, I'm not Johnny Cochran. I could be wrong. Maybe Cassie is the main witness, but I seriously doubt it. I've been doing this long enough to know that the feds are only getting started, right? They've built a case over years, and this case is going to be a long one. Look, we're already a week in, so I'd say to people, don't rush to judgment. Don't assume it's over just because Cassie went first and she wasn't the greatest. Sit back, pay attention, and watch as those puzzle pieces start to build, right? Because that's where you're going to get the final picture.
Okay, and I have one more thing. So one of these ladies on TikTok, okay, she used to work for Sean Diddy. Her name is Mama TikTok, okay? She worked for Sean Diddy. She worked at Sean John. She was a designer for Sean John, okay? This is what she had to say. I'm going to get it. Hold on. I'm going to get it. I want you to hear what she has to say. Since everybody is sitting there going, hold on. Let me get it to where she starts talking. Hold on. Okay, let me get this. And I don't know why my cousin keeps calling me, but I'm about to fucking blow my lid real quick. Okay, this was today, okay?
Abusive environment, but it was also the best to walk away from. It was an abusive environment, but it was also the best environment. There were so many positive things about it.
Right.
So like I could understand like without like I was never involved in any freak offs or anything like that or seeing that. But what I do understand is like there's two sides of every story. And like you can get like one extreme like and the other extreme. So it's like for me, if you ask me what is the best job I've ever had and what's the worst job, I will say both of them. I would say like one extreme.
Said though, like they had a lot of good times, but then it's a lot of crazy chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. What I loved about it was, to be quite honest, it's like seeing a young Black man succeed, seeing so many people of color empowered, and what I loved as well is like people, everyone who surrounded him were people like a lot of the people who were very close with him were people he grew up with like in Harlem.
Oh, so you put a lot of his people.
He put a lot of people on, and if you like kind of look on LinkedIn and you see who worked for Diddy, who worked for Sean John, who worked for if you look at all of the different.
They're asking what was your title?
I worked for Sean John.
Oh, Sean John. Okay,
so I was a designer. I was a senior designer at Sean John.
Wow. It's a small world.
Yeah, I think I told you long time ago. You probably forgot.
I probably forgot. Wow.
So like working there, it's like you literally. No, I didn't work at the store. I designed the clothes.
People don't understand. She is a designer. She designed the clothes. The people in the chat were driving me nuts. I'm like, she's a fucking designer. She didn't work in the store. Jesus.
I worked directly with him. I didn't work in the store. Somebody said
like the back in the office, like the back.
No,
office.
not the back.
No, I didn't work retail. I worked I worked for the corporate office.
Oh, corporate. Okay.
Yeah, I worked for the corporate. I designed the clothing.
Okay.
I'm like,
I'm looking at the comments, so people
right.
in the retail store.
Corporate.
I wouldn't be around him if I worked in like in the retail store. But I'll tell you, I mean, I'm not going to go into details, but there were situations where literally like, imagine we had to do something, like we had to design something and we had meetings with him, right? Let's say our meeting was scheduled for 6:00. He didn't show up until 9 p.m.
Wow.
And we have to sit around just waiting.
Don't plan nothing, huh?
Yep. And then guess what happens at the meeting? Let's say something like if he didn't like something, he would curse us out. He would tell us we were worthless, we were good for nothing, like y'all suck. Like he was saying bad things to us.
Right.
I forgot I was on TikTok for a second, so I can't say all the stuff that he used to say to us.
Wow.
And he would say, like, the next day, he was like, I want to see everything redone by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So already it's like 10 p.m. at night.
And you would have to stay overnight to redo it?
We would have to stay up all night long and redo the work.
Wow.
And everything had to be ready by 10 a.m. the next morning. And then, like, let's say the next morning, he would show up an hour late. But it would still, you never knew. You never knew if he was going to be on time, if he wasn't going to be on time. So then when he would show up the next day, you know what he would say to us? I knew you could do it. You guys are the best. That's why I hired you. I believed in you. So it was kind of like what people, when I look back on it now, it was like an abusive relationship. In those relationships, it's like someone puts you down, they kick you, and then the next minute they apologize and they say, like, oh, I'm sorry, or I'll never do it again. So
that's what he was doing to Cassie. He would tear her down, send her all these gifts, not just Cassie, but other people that were involved in his life as well. So he did this in his business as well.
Really back in.
As I listened to a lot of the testimony, even though it was a different relationship, the personality is the same.
Wow.
The way he treated, the different people who are testifying and the way they're communicating, it's very similar. Like, I could understand.
Yeah.
Like, even like with Dawn, like, I don't want to call Dawn a liar.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, imagine she's testifying against him, but it took her a long time to do so before she was defending him.
Right.
Yep,
so it's just, I could definitely relate to that.
So I wanted you to hear that part. She said she never participated in any freak offs or anything else. And she went on to say that everybody knew about what was going on. But then we have Carrie took the stand today as well. Okay. Carrie Morgan, the white chick, she took the stand today. She said that she had a friendship with Cassie for 15 to 17 years. She said when she was at Cassie's apartment in 2018, Sean came up behind her and started choking her and hit her with a wooden hanger. She said Cassie was in the bathroom at the time, and she said that Cassie got upset because she wanted to sue Sean. Cassie told her that she was doing too much. So Sean gave her $30,000 to make it go away. She said she hadn't spoken to Cassie since then. She says that she's not friends with Cassie. She's not friends with P. Diddy. She's not friends with any of them. So her testimony was impeachable. And you know what else I forgot to tell you? Regina Ventura, Cassie's mother, was not cross-examined by the defense team. When they asked them if they had any questions for her, they said, no, Your Honor, we don't. This woman just sat up on the stand and told you this man extorted $20,000 out of her, or he was going to release Cassie's sex tapes. And she had to take out a home equity loan. So everybody's going, oh, well, it's abuse. Now, my thing is, when this case is finished, he will probably face state charges. It depends on his sentence because of the abuse and the violence of this. This man is a piece of garbage. Carrie said that she didn't want to testify. She didn't want to be there. She was subpoenaed, so she had to testify. So everybody is talking about, oh, if that's all they have, that's all they have. No, honey, Cassie laid that groundwork. Everybody else will be coming in. Now, Dawn Richard couldn't keep her story straight. And, she started getting a little combative. Okay. So the whole thing, it's showing who this man is and who the rumors were. But the fact that he was going to take Suge Knight out, they haven't charged him with any murder, but they have him for arson. They definitely have him on that. That is a RICO charge. RICO has nothing to do with your sexual whatever. We're talking of prostitution, trafficking. We're talking arson, extortion, bribery, forced labor, coercion. Those are all RICO charges, minus the murder. Okay. So we have and we found out today that P. Diddy overdosed in 2012. He overdosed. In 2012, he had an overdose. That was brought out today. He overdosed on painkillers. So, again, this case is not contingent upon Cassie. Now, Gene Deal was at the courthouse today, and I think I put that up. He was there, well, not today, yesterday. He was there. And Gene has been talking for years. My problem is he and Roger Bond, they all should be charged with RICO. They should all, but I'm telling you, all these people made deals. They made deals. They made deals because they know that they were complicit in, even though he was their boss, they were complicit. Complicit. He didn't take enough pills, I would still be terrified to testify. That's why they're not putting out any witness list or anything else. Any witnesses that are coming in, they normally go through the back entrance. So, I'm trying to think what else happened that was major. I think that's the only major things today. James David, he had the courtroom laughing. I was reading the stuff. If you want to know what's going on, really, I watch all the updates. CNN is really good with putting the updates up as soon as the questions and everything is going on. So, again, Cassie didn't lie. She told the truth. At first, she was a willing participant. Then it got to the point where she was being forced. She was being beaten. And this is not looking good. So I'm waiting for all these other witnesses. Now, supposedly, Kid Cudi might be in next week. That's what somebody said they overheard. Now, Miss Knock Me Out, who's always in the courtroom, she's in an overflow room. They were hearing talk about Kid Cudi coming in next week, but that is not to say he's going to be there. But it was some not defense attorneys. There were some people in the prosecution team. They were talking about having to go over more questions. So the prosecution and the defense knows what's coming up. They know everything. They had to share all the evidence, the discovery, everything with the defense team. The prosecution can't bring in anything that hasn't been already submitted into evidence. So like that attorney said, there's not going to be a got you moment. Okay? This is not Perry Mason. You have to give them discovery. Now, if the defense doesn't ask for something that's on that list, that's on them. She was seeing Kid Cudi when she was seeing Diddy. Diddy introduced her to Kid Cudi. So, okay. Anyway, that's what I wanted to bring up today, but that was the only stuff that was really interesting that happened in a courtroom today. But I was surprised when I saw Gene Deal there yesterday. And he was there with his attorney. That woman that was with him is Gene Deal's attorney. That is shocking. So don't know if Gene Deal will be taking a stand at all, but he was at the court yesterday with his attorney. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm going to let you go. I will see you guys later. I might do a members only Friday, a Saturday, because I'm traveling next week. So I will probably do a members only Friday or Saturday. Well, I'm supposed to be traveling next week. More than likely, I am going to travel next week. Yeah, I'm going to go, I think. Anyway, I love you guys. I want to say thank you and have a great evening. But if you guys want to know what's going on in the courtroom, check with CNN, or you can go on TikTok with Miss Knockout, or you have O'Shea is on there. And also Armand is in the courtroom every day. So is Tisha. She's in the courtroom every day. Or what is it, Tisha Tales or Tisha Tales? She's in the courtroom every day. She was doing an update today on TikTok as well. These people are sitting in the courtroom. All of these AI videos about Usher coming in, the courtroom erupted. Diddy got upset, and no, that never, ever, ever happened. So that's all AI generated. I know they were saying some stuff about Prince was talking about the freak offs and the money. That never came up in the court either. I know there is some recording flying around. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, that's what happened in the court today. There was no Usher testifying, and everybody is talking about Justin Bieber is going to testify. Justin Bieber came out and he did an official statement through his team. He said that he was never abused by Diddy. He stated that when he was visiting Diddy, he always had a parent. Normally his mother was with them. This is his official statement. Whether or not it's true, we don't know. But that's the official statement that was put out by Justin Bieber. He said he has not been subpoenaed. That's what he said. That's what he said. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's the official statement that was put out after all these years of all the speculation. Wait a minute. He's on, a lot of them are on coke. Oh, okay, Make It Make Sense is in the court. I didn't know he was there. Okay, we don't know he's on coke. So see, that's what the kind of stuff I don't like. We don't know if Justin's on coke. We know that Justin has been to a psychiatrist. We know that Justin is trying to get his life back. We know that he's went through a lot of stuff, but he's had a lot of people around him that took advantage of him, and maybe not physically, maybe financially. But see, that kind of stuff I just don't like at all. We have no proof that Justin is on coke. And Chantel, I'm going to ask you to remove that comment because I don't want that in my chat. There's no proof that young man is on coke. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to go. Have a great day. And I will see. And now if anything good happens tomorrow, I might come and do a live. But I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Bye. I know it's been rumored, but we have no proof. And the way you put it in the chat, it was a fact that he was on coke. And I don't know that to be true.